making it better.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. Kirby.
Cameron.
Matt. Welcome to the Real Gamerscore podcast. Here's the song of the week. It's a very freaky game, the kind you don't play with the lights off. It'll spook you with its jump scares once your flashlight's gone dead. It likes to mess with your head with its ghouls and ghosts and werewolves. When I creep around the mansion, it's a bad time running from these zombies. This game is pretty wild now. This game's a super freak. This game's what you read about in horror magazines. It's all frights. It's all frights. That game's all frights with me. Boo. I took some artistic license with a little bit of it to make it fit, but hopefully you got it.
No, that was very good. I'm going to give Cameron, 20 seconds.
I've got... Putting me on the spot.
That's right. No. Because I know this. I just want to give you a chance before. And I'm also a little disappointed that Matt didn't think we would know this. I honestly am.
I mean, it wasn't... it's not Mumford & Sons, so I don't know, you know?
I do have older siblings who are cool.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it is a cool song, for sure.
Can I have a hint?
The hint is Dave Chappelle is a big fan of this song.
Okay, that's not a hint.
That's a huge hint. It's a massive hint.
I give in. Yeah.
That is Rick James' Super Freak.
Yes, it is. Well done.
Yeah.
Got it in one.
Okay.
That's
okay, I can say it.
Reading through the lyrics, and obviously because I looked at the lyrics to translate it over and to make my version of it. Yeah. Man, a lot of those lyrics I don't think I'd be able to say on this show.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of words that are not okay.
Yeah, no, big yikes.
I think it's just the fact that my your audio coming through to me just peaks, and it's very
we can't hear him sing at all. But
no,
the first verse, I guess, or bridge is immediately. And I wonder if that's because I think I don't know when that came up in conversation with me and a friend recently, and I don't know why. When was that song out? 80s, yeah?
Yes, would be 80s, late 70s, early 80s.
I can't remember why it came up. Now I can't remember why it came up, but it came up, and then I put it on repeat for an hour while I was at work, and people got really annoyed at me, but I didn't care.
It's like the theory that a song's stalking you.
The microbiology registrar sitting behind me was not happy with me after 20 minutes, let alone the hour that I sat with it on.
Perfect. So the hint was there that obviously that Rick James, that's probably Dave Chappelle's most famous bit, is his Rick James impression, which he loves getting shouted at him in the street all the time. I hear he's a huge fan of that.
Yeah, it's like a Key and/or Peele with Aaron.
Aaron, exactly. Yeah,
it's ruined the name for everyone forever.
And of course, the song was sampled in Sir Mix-a-Lot's "Baby Got Back."
What?
No, didn't it? Right?
What? Whoa! What? Can't touch this.
Oh yes, no. Why am I thinking? Oh, no, sorry. I'm thinking of MC Hammer's "Can't Touch This." Why am I thinking of Sir Mix-a-Lot? Anyway, yes, which every person on Earth has heard.
Yeah. So everyone knows the tune. It's great. Yeah. If you knew what the song of that was, too bad. I got it before you. Sucks to be you. Sucks how you're a freak.
So Mad. We really appreciate you sending the songs of the week in, and then messaging me afterwards to say, "Oh yeah, hey, I forgot you guys aren't doing Song of the Week anymore." And
he messaged you.
He messaged me afterwards.
I'm like, "Oh, buddy, you were 12 months too late or so."
Yep. And I was like, "Well, buddy, I told him that I love that at least he listens to the show.
Yeah.
So hey, that's the main thing. It's like as
Did
long as
anyone
people
get last week's song?
I don't think so.
At least.
Oh,
so
actually,
no
no.
one in the
No.
cast
Well,
did?
no one messaged about it. I don't think.
Yeah. No, okay. I didn't listen. What was it?
What was last week's song? I'm forgetting
Great.
now.
Cool.
Made the show, doesn't listen.
Like, I mean, I mean that is. I mean,
Look, this is not only the longest running gag we've had, it's also the realest one.
I was going to say it's the most accurate. Wasn't it TNT last week?
No, that was the one I got. There was
what
there's one in between that.
What am I
I feel like we probably wrote it down, and I think
I definitely did not write it down. Why would I do that?
I can't even remember yesterday. Why are we talking about
Yeah,
yesterday?
exactly.
Previous songs of the week. Hold up. Okay.
Matt's been in his new house for like 6 months now. I don't know what you're talking
New York,
about.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah, of course, yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
And no one on the. Oh, see, I probably would have got that one too.
yeah. So no, I think Alex got that one right. Yeah, pretty sure he did.
All right, good. Because I was gonna say that is a classic.
Yeah, I mean my rendition of it wasn't amazing, but it is one of my favorites. I love Frank Sinatra. So.
Oh, he's fantastic. Yeah. If you would like to discuss how good Matt's singing was live with us, you can join us on Discord, discord.io/realgamerscore. Come in, join the chat. I believe as of probably when this episode comes out, you won't need to verify yourself, but read our rules and don't be a bad word.
Nuisance.
Thanks, Cameron, because I immediately went to the D word and had to apply the brakes gently.
Oh, dildo. Yeah, no, don't be one of those. No, that's yeah.
Also, type in the chat as much as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. GIFs. Get the GIFs in there. This
put the GIFs in.
good.
These
Great.
bots are at war.
Yeah, one of them's going to die soon. I'm not going to tell you which one, but it starts with a D and rhymes with I know.
Do you know?
You know he's got.
You know? You do
Yeah.
know. Okay, that's good.
Actually,
Thanks for sharing.
we don't need him for our secret word that we're setting up. Do you still not know what character that was?
What?
What?
Because we had a little chat. Cameron, this is Cameron. We had a chat about what ideas we're going to have for the secret word. Do you have no idea who that character is?
What? Are you sending me a character?
No, we talked and stuff. I gave 2 clues.
Ah, yes. That conversation we had that I totally didn't block from my memory. The first thing that came to mind was stone.
Okay.
But other than that, I can't think of anything else
All right.
in my head.
I'm going to set up the word tonight. Your first clue, and this is going to be a jackpotting prize. Every 2 weeks, the prize will increase. We start off.
By how much?
It's
10 cents isn't
gonna
a big
obviously
increase, maybe.
increase by the amount it would normally have been set at. So it starts off at 10 US or equivalent, regional equivalent. So it's $700 dues.
Dollary dues. Sorry, I'm contractually obligated to do that every time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. I think at this stage, we'll see how tough. At this stage, every fortnight the prize will increase, and also I think we'll give a clue every fortnight. Maybe we'll drop that down to week. We'll adjust. See how we go. I'm using that character. I also now need to think of more than 2 clues for this character because this is a character from a video game. Okay, this is not.
We're pinning the episode that we've said this at then, so we don't get 4 weeks down the track and just like it was 2 weeks ago. What do you mean?
I'm putting the character in the staff chat, so that's definitely the staff chat. I have to double check first.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the first clue for our guess a video game character is I started my game hungover. So the first time you play this game, you're hungover.
And as we also said in the staff chat, this is a game character, not just Kirby.
This is
waking
not my
up.
life. This is a video game character who possibly is quite realistic with my life.
Hey, I didn't mean to attack you like that. There's just a lot of similarities.
So
Yeah. Look.
it's a first in best dressed competition. This is not a and obviously the word will be in. Can we? Yeah, like you have to say the name of the character in the what will soon to be renamed Shadowless word challenge. I'll definitely check that in case we don't get it set up before someone guesses it correctly. But we'll figure out a way to like have it all pretty and nice.
Search by word. Search by word in that chat.
I'm
Easiest
very
way to do it.
glad that I've thrown this out without any of us setting up anything properly.
Yeah, so basic.
See,
So
at
at
least
least we
I
know
set
it's
mine
in
up.
line with the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Give me
Okay.
2 seconds.
Only available to, obviously, Discord members. If you're listening and you're not in our Discord and you send me a message on Twitter or on True Achievements with the answer, doesn't count. Don't care. Get out of my life. If you want to give us money because of that,
So we can
Then
pay for
you
this
can-
stuff.
for all the niceties that we have, you can do so at Patreon. Patreon.com/RealGamerscore. We can be found there. You can join in, get on some of the Patreon-only giveaways. You can, have good fun times.
I'm just contrast just for legal reasons. I can't confirm whether there will be fun or good or times any of the Patreon content. Just asterisks, just to make sure that we're covered on that,
Or outtakes, for that matter.
or any content of any
Oh, no,
kind.
they exist.
That technically, yes, technically they do exist.
That is a correct statement.
I have been sending them to Kirby every week.
And
just-
I've been putting them into the bin.
Oh,
That's my
Yeah, that's-
editing program.
yeah, okay, yeah, got it, yep.
And then I right click and say edit away completely, and it edits it for me. Right?
That's there must be some sort of blockage because we haven't seen any of those show up on the in the Patreon chat for
What was the last one?
6 months.
No, it's less than that. Wait, what month is it?
It is August, buddy.
When did I get my surgery? April?
April. Yeah.
No, a little bit late in April. We've done it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyway, you ready for
So-
6
so-
emails of content? 6
So what
emails.
you've come to expect is every single week, without a fail, we'll show you what background photo we've got.
Yep. 100%.
However, if you're actually looking for content like outtakes, that will take a
Yeah,
few
but
months.
mate, if you're looking for content, you're listening to the wrong podcast in general. Like,
we're gonna lump sum your content. We don't like the monthly. We've changed our output content delivery from monthly to every 6 months, and it's brilliant.
Okay, so what you're saying is, forget Patreon. If you want to support the podcast, here's our PayPal.
yeah, just back the money truck up to my house, please, and I'll come up with something eventually. Essentially, I'm taking the author approach where I just get advance on the money for a book that I haven't written yet.
Professor Pluto at Professor Pluto at realgamerscore.com is where you want to send all of your I want a refund emails.
Yeah, all complaints. We see them all there, definitely.
Yep. Moving on to other contests we've run. We have the random to-do list that is running. I really should have put the word challenge in here, given it's all
That
other
would've
contests we do.
That would have made sense, yeah.
Yeah. Foresight. Okay. The random to-do list is a monthly contest of 25 achievements that you have not earned on Xbox within your collection, and we give you the 25 to look at and possibly unlock. And we have nice little channels that say cool things like, you did the thing, here's a verb to go with it. Sometimes it's humorous. Many times it's not. Many times it's just a verb and people have to look up what the verb is because people don't know what the verb is.
It's a learning experience.
One time we had to remove a verb quite recently. It was, don't know that I can say it on air, but I'll say it off air to my co-host later. But we also have a contest related to that to win a game code. The game this month is Shopkeep because I decided I don't want that, despite them giving it to me years later. Thanks for the offer, but no thank you.
Good quotation mark surprise.
It is a prize.
It's a prize. That's all we promise. We promise that there is a prize.
Yes. So you need to unlock one achievement in your random to-do list that you are provided, and answer a trivia question of another game with the word keep in the title. That's only keep, no keepers, keeping, keep-ish, keep away, none of that. Only keep. I need to reiterate that because I felt like I forgot to mention to you guys when you announced the winners. Last month's winner, Ben L72, only one to have an exclamation mark.
Yep.
Only valid entry.
Did say proper punctuation was very important.
Literally threw away many entries because of no exclamation mark. That's not my fault. That's bad listening.
Yeah, I really feel like that's kind of like my my CV situation where I'm pretty sure the hiring managers are just like, they get 100, 200 resumes in, and then they just take the top half and just chuck them in the bin and say, well, I don't want to hire someone who's unlucky.
Yeah. Or early,
Or, yeah, exactly, yeah. No.
This is all the people that applied first. Bit too eager, mate. We'll just
yeah, exactly.
Put you in this little campfire I've built. Yes, if you do not have a random to-do list and you would like one, please message us on the random to-do list account on True Achievements, or message myself, ZZ Urban Spaceman, or Freemhole on True Achievements or Discord, and we can get you set up. There are many variants. You can do easy mode or normal mode or scavenger mode, in which you do not see the achievement itself, but you see what game and sort of where it is within your ranking. So you can see, okay, this game will have a ratio achievement in between the one above and below it, so you can kind of narrow it down and take some guesses. Pretty fun. I did that once. Moving on to the news. Ubisoft, because I'm not going to say their name properly because they don't deserve it, because they're a terrible, terrible company, fired the Assassin's Creed Valhalla former creative director in what is likely a Fall Guy move.
Yeah, it does seem that way for sure.
Yes, I'm going to continue with Adblocker PC Gamer. Thank you. Thank you for your offer, but no, I will continue blocking your ads. He stepped.
So is it firing though if you step down?
Well,
no, he stepped away from, rather than down, I would say he stepped away, took a break from the role, and then was told not to return. Basically,
yeah, he got shown that he was essentially fired after he's like, oh no, I'll step away and take some time for myself and etc. And it's like, no, mate,
my
fine.
marriage.
Possibly my marriage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
yeah, for people who don't know, basically he had a sexual relationship with a fan and had lied about his marital status.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and apparently was for a long. It was like on and off for a year before she found out that he was actually married. And this was just the tip of the iceberg of all the horrific things that are happening at Ubisoft. So,
yeah, and it really feels to me like this is Ubisoft going like, look, we can be the good guys too. Look, we got rid of one of the bad guys. I feel like this was a real minor player in the scheme.
Yes, I would agree.
Like what happened here was a lot more out of the company than some of the allegations they're dealing with. Like, this was his personal stuff, not sort of...
Yeah, like the sort of claims of harassment and
like he wasn't having this
sexism,
extramarital affair with an employee.
Yeah.
He was... Yeah. But yeah, interesting. They said following an investigation by an external firm, it was determined that... I'm not going to say his name.
Ashraf.
Okay, you can say his name. He lives at this address. And
yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, look, it's common knowledge out there. I mean, it's been on Reddit and everything, so I would assume
fair
that.
enough. Reddit, common knowledge. Cool. Following, determined that Ashraf's employment with Ubisoft had to be terminated. Or the email, we cannot provide any details about this confidential investigation. I honestly can't think of a reason why, like, I guess defacing the... not defacing...
Yeah, I think that again, like, so I'm assuming you're going to say, like from a legal standpoint of
yeah.
his employment, how can they terminate him?
And it would be that he's causing the Ubisoft brand to be devalued.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah.
And because he's a public-facing figure and in a position of power at the company, that essentially reflects the company in a negative light, and they can use that as a reason to terminate him. Yeah.
Code of conduct, don't deploy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who reads those things? They're like 5 pages long. You scroll to the end, click yes, done.
Yeah, I accept.
But if you don't read them, they get used against you.
Well, for now.
Yeah, that's why 3 of my firstborns have to be split up between a couple companies.
Oh, it's fine. They'll figure it out. The company's always great at compromise, as we'll get into.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
Like I don't think there's that much more to say from me, at least. Do you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, like this has been a part of all the ridiculous stuff that's going on at Ubisoft with, you know, and as they mentioned in this article, they've had a lot of investigations going on, and quite a few of the executives have been given the boot. So yeah, their VP of editorial and creative services left, allegedly because he was fired, and they can't confirm, obviously. And then Serge, their chief creative officer, who was managing the Canadian servers, he resigned. Well, actually, no. I believe he was booted. But I think he was one of the ones who was the toxic culture person, or who was causing a lot of problems, and apparently is the reason why Assassin's Creed Odyssey has the option for a male protagonist. Because originally, apparently, it was just going to be Cassandra, but he was like, nah, people aren't going to buy games with women in them, so put a...
Goes back to Syndicate too. Apparently Evie was meant to be one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Oh, the main character.
Yeah, exactly, and that's that thing. So, like, again, that sort of... And apparently he's also the driving force behind why every Ubisoft game is essentially the same thing with a different skin on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously there's a lot happening at Ubisoft, hopefully for the better, but with their CEO, you know, saying, oh, you know, we've got a structural shift, we're going to change this, change that. I don't know. I mean, are they just blowing smoke, or are they actually going to do anything?
It's hard to think of them doing anything, given how sort of brushing things aside they've been.
Yeah, I would tend to
or at least
agree.
anything significant. They'll make a donation to a tax-free donation to a charity not supporting whatever, for sexual abuse and all that stuff, and harassment, which they'll get back at the end of the financial year, and then they'll do a bunch of other things. They'll set up a task force or a committee to try and, with mostly women, to help solve some of the problems, and I feel like it's just going to be a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, I would tend to agree, and I think that part of it is that some of the allegations go all the way to the top. Like, you've got Yves Guillemot talking about, you know, the structural shift and all that sort of stuff and what they've been doing. But, like, he basically refuses to take any responsibility for that himself and has dodged the blame for it, and basically said, you know, that they betrayed the trust that he'd put in them. But, I mean, you know, there are reports that, you know, he was potentially not involved directly in some of these abuses, but was aware of it and essentially pushed them aside, or covered them, or help cover them up in order to, you know, get games out and that sort of stuff. So, I mean, him saying that he's going to, you know, lead a task force to fix all this stuff doesn't really sit well with me, to be honest. It kind of smacks of just, you know, a massive untruth, which is not the word I would normally use, but I'm trying to at least, you know, not have to up my work with the censor noises this week.
Yeah, we're trying to be polite about the situation.
Yeah,
less nuisancey.
Yes, sure. Let's go with that.
All right.
Anyone else to add?
From one terrible company to another.
Yeah. Xbox is buying Warner Brothers. Microsoft... Sorry, no, wait, that wasn't the news. That's next week. Warner is teasing a new Batman game again. A reveal could happen tomorrow, which is either today or I don't know when. I don't know when tomorrow was from the article.
It'll be today. So
when
it'll
the podcast is
it'll
up.
probably be, but yeah,
Today,
by the time
US,
podcast is up, you'll probably know.
Yeah. And if you were in the Discord, you'll have found Tarragon deep diving into their website and being like, guys, there's a lot of stuff happening. It's pretty cool.
And we just all nod our heads like we know exactly what he's talking about.
Yes, I also did the thing and found more things, but I'm not allowed to say. I signed an NDA when I found the things, so I can't talk about them. No, but,
I got a knock at the door. There were guys in sunglasses and coats, and I was just like, they just told me that I had to remain mum.
I think it was that other guy from that other Ubisoft game. He doesn't have any hair. That's all I remember.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No. Sorry, I'm getting confused. The fashion guy.
Yeah, you're thinking of Hitman. Yes, you're Helmut Kruger.
Yeah, Helmut Kruger. That couldn't get it.
It's fine. Don't worry. People got the joke. If people listened to last week, they know I talked about Helmut Kruger, and he's great.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's brilliant, and the fact that he looks identical to Agent
47.
Yeah, 47. That's the one.
Is the funniest thing. Yeah. It's great.
Just with like some black lines on this.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, Warner Brothers are teasing a new Batman game. You've probably already heard about it, but they were talking about stuff a while ago.
Yeah, it was like a year ago. It was ages ago.
Teasing things with their Twitter and stuff, and then just stopped. And people were like, okay, that was
weird, right? Because like it felt like they were building up to something like about a year ago. Like everyone thought they would be showing a new Batman at E3 or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. They had all these teasers going, and then
delay.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, this was even like pre-COVID, so
yeah, it was odd. But then they have tweeted recently. I don't know if that tweet's recently. You don't have it.
It was like yesterday.
Yeah, that was a little bit ago. Warner Brother Games Montreal tweeted essentially like a Hangman puzzle.
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, I mean, it's dash dot. I mean, it's more. It could be Morse code.
Is it Morse code? Okay. No. I'm sitting a little bit further away. They look like commas to me.
Yeah, no, it's dash dot dash dot dash. Okay.
Somebody, quick, translate.
That definitely doesn't say SOS. I'll tell you that now.
Okay. I'm out of ideas then.
Yeah. And at an account called Redacted, R3DAKT 3D, which I was really hoping was like just some random like an account for redacted things like that was already existed on Twitter, and they were like using it. No, they made it.
WikiLeaks, yeah.
Yeah. But sorry,
okay, so we have been expecting you over and over, and the 18th of August.
Yeah. So
pretty much it.
I'm just very disappointed that Redacted's not a previously existing account. That's all.
But yeah, there are some images that you can see on the website if you collect the right links and stuff. There's an Instagram account. There's the symbols for Batman, Robin,
Batgirl.
I think it's Batgirl, and then the other one would be Nightwing.
Yep. And 6 other things.
Yep, 6 other. Yep.
Presumably bad guys.
I guess so. I mean, I'm assuming so. And just that says capture the night.
Now, this night being with a K.
As in the Dark Knight.
That was funny. I'll talk about this afterwards. I had a discussion about Batman at my workplace. Now, this makes me feel like, aside from the weird thing about Robin and Nightwing, unless it's a different Robin.
Well, okay, look, I'm not going to get into comic book lore, but
I vaguely know that.
So Dick Grayson is the original Robin who became Nightwing, and then so the following ones would be Tim Drake would be the second one.
Yeah.
Probably not Jason Todd because he was spoilers. He was the Arkham Knight in Arkham Knight.
As we all knew, yep.
As like everyone predicted 2 minutes into him being revealed, and they were like, "No, it's not. It's definitely not Jason Todd. He definitely wasn't beaten to death by the Joker with a crowbar." Anyway, but he's usually Red Hood in the continuity, so they just essentially palette swapped him. So yeah, it'll probably be Tim Drake, who I think appeared in the Gotham City. I think Arkham City, rather.
Yeah. Does this feel like then like a Marvel Ultimate Alliance type game?
Maybe. I mean, like. Again, like if they release a new Batman, is it going to be the Arkham style of thing, or are they going to go in a different direction? I hope they go in a different direction because, to be honest, I think I've had enough Arkham.
Yeah, it's good, but I think there's more. There is more you can do with what you've got. Like it.
Yeah.
It's starting to feel like you're just rewashing your clothes and putting them on again with some deodorant.
Consider they've had 4 of them. You know,
yeah.
I mean, Rocksteady thinks there's only 3 of them, as they always say. But yeah, Warner Brothers Montreal did do Origins, which was an okay game.
Yeah, Where is Gotham located?
It's
Like,
a coastal,
I
coastal
obviously
city
it's
on the
not
East
real,
Coast.
but
Sure, East Coast.
East Coast. Okay, because we had a theory at work that it's actually somewhere in Sweden because it's night for like 3 months.
Do you know what? Do you know what's really funny about that?
Yeah.
Is that it's funny you say Sweden, because the city that I was born in is actually called Gothenburg.
Oh right, yeah, that one
Yeah.
exists. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you have-
that's
you
the
have to
theory
buy-
because he goes out at night for weeks on end. It seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like he gets his suit messed up, and that's pretty much it, right? Time doesn't really seem to move.
No, and then either that or he's invented a weather machine to just block out the sun and has convinced people that that's how it works. Like that's how the day works. The sun just doesn't really show anymore.
Yeah, Metropolis across the water always sunny, but it's always dark in Gotham.
Yeah. Right, they're in the... Yeah, jeez. DC doesn't make sense.
No, it
Makes
doesn't make
less
any
sense
sense.
than
No,
Marvel and
yep,
Marvel doesn't
absolutely
make
not. It's yeah.
We know Tarragon's excited for more Batman. Whether or not it's his style of game, we'll find out. I'm not really... Like, I'm indifferent.
I mean, look, if it's different from the Arkham games, I'll definitely have a look at it. But like Arkham City was enough for me. I didn't bother with Arkham Knight because people complained about how much of the tank stuff there was, and how it really kind of just felt like it was just doing the same sort of thing. And I didn't check out Origins that much because the achievement list looked bad, to be honest. And like it wasn't up to the same caliber of Rocksteady stuff. So I'm really hoping this is a new thing. Like it doesn't have to be like a completely new, like it doesn't. I'm not expecting a tactical RPG or anything. But
Turn-based RPG.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No. This could work. A turn-based RPG, a tactical RPG, where you plan all your moves, and they happen like you plan out your moves, and they happen simultaneously on.
Yeah, like Frozen Synapse. Yeah.
Yep, or like the new Peaky Blinders game.
Oh yeah, that weird thing.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I mean, I love Peaky Blinders, but yeah.
Because then you can have interaction and stuff, and it'd be super cool.
Yeah, I mean,
anyway,
yeah, I'd be interested to see. From a comic perspective, I'm interested to see what they do with the story. Like, is this going to be Court of Owls? Is this going to be people breaking out of Arkham again? Like, what direction are they going to take it in? Are we going to do a Ra's al Ghul story? There's a lot of potential with Batman. Outside of just punching bad guys in the face, which it all sort of boils down to at the end of the day. But yeah,
but which bad guys and why?
Exactly.
Really,
that's the important stuff. What about you, Cameron? You're a massive nerd.
Jeez, thanks.
You're welcome.
I really don't have much interest in the Batman games, to be honest.
That's fair.
Might get around to it one day, but just I've got many other games in the backlog.
Oh, I see. So Marvel fanboy. No, I get that. I understand. So you picked up Avengers.
No,
Avengers instead. Yeah.
Oh no!
It looks bad. It looks real bad. I know it's
I was
not
gonna say, I'm
on
not
our
the
list
guys
in the news,
either.
but like that.
Guys, we could all play with Brad. That's the thing. We could all play with Brad if we got it. That's the thing. That's the thing that we all want to do. That we all could do was play with Brad.
Yeah, that's a big selling point. Yeah, I'm actually
as
really
long as I get to be Spider-Man because I look the most like Spider-Man.
Yeah, bad news for you, buddy.
What's going on?
I've
tried to stay away from news because I'm so excited for the game. What's happened?
Yeah, so they've decided
Spider-Man is an Avenger, so he should be in the Avengers, right?
They've done the work to get Spider-Man into the game. Unfortunately,
but they could only make it happen in the Sony universe.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, there was a time fluctuation, and that they could only get it working for Sony's new PlayStation. So unfortunately, Xbox, you're basically just going to have to be Master Chief or whatever other Avengers there are. I don't know. I'm sure that they'll add someone in.
I don't feel so good. Alright, I think now that we've completely left the topic of discussion, and funnily enough, I loaded up the next story, next story played its story, and then, like, the following video was a story about Gotham Knights releasing.
Well, hey, yeah, there we go. So, it's topical.
Yeah, we're ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, now, one of you is going to have to take this over, because I've deliberately tried to not
Okay.
Like, I just don't
I'll do a little bit of a summary here. So there is a fight going on between Epic Games of the Unreal Engine and a couple other games that you've probably heard of. Unreal Tournament. I think they did a couple of Gears games. I don't know if they've done anything recently.
They made a store that annoyed people.
Oh yeah, there's a store that really, really annoyed people on the internet. And then I guess that Fortnite Save the World game was alright.
It's supposed to go free to play. It was weird that it never.
Yeah,
did.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they weren't popular enough, so they needed to keep making money. So jokes aside, which that's the name of the episode, by the way. So Apple has essentially removed Fortnite from the App Store because Epic have now updated their Fortnite, so you can make in-game purchases directly on the game, which is against Apple's terms of service because Apple essentially says that they want to get a cut of all that stuff. It's very similar to the xCloud stuff that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, in that Apple don't like it when you can spend money on their platform that part of it doesn't go to them.
Yeah, which I'm sure Microsoft would give. Like, I don't know how it would work for them getting a cut. Though, again,
how do you manage that? How much of a cut are they supposed to get?
Yeah.
Because right now the companies are just like saying, no, absolutely not. You shouldn't get anything because we're running the service on our we have the server racks. We do the development. Essentially, all you're doing is hosting this thing for people to download
literally
it.
Playing a YouTube video for us.
Yeah, and the bit was before that with Fortnite, because again, Epic got into this a similar fight with Google for the Android. And so their strategy for getting Fortnite on Android was essentially, hey, go download the SDK from our website and just sideload it. Like, because they couldn't get it on the Play Store. So I think eventually they did cave and they did put it on the Play Store, but it was kind of a situation as well. This sucks, but, we kind of need to be on this platform so people can play the most popular game on Earth.
Yep.
So it has been on the Apple platforms currently, but then it's just been removed, I think, like yesterday or a couple of days ago, earlier this week. And now Apple's come out and said that they're going to cut off Epic's access to the development tools later in the month. Which also includes allow them to work on the Unreal Engine that a bunch of other developers use. So essentially, they're saying, so we're going to cut off all your access for your development tools, so you can't update the Unreal Engine, and anyone using the Unreal Engine won't get any updates because they can't be optimized and developed on Apple's platforms currently.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well then, that's a decision. Do you have any idea how does Steam Link work? Because there is a Steam Link app, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I think the thing was though that you can't actually buy any games on the actual app itself.
Okay.
So I think
you're just playing things that you already own.
Yeah, I think is the thing. So if you own them, you're allowed to stream things you currently own, but you can't stream things that you don't own, you can't use a streaming service as such in that terms, because they can't control what you can and can't see because they can't moderate the content.
Yeah. Although I don't know how that's from that perspective how that's any different from Steam Link.
Yeah, exactly. It's they claim it's apples and oranges, but I think it's more apples and pears, to be honest. But
Granny Smith and Red Delicious.
Yeah, exactly. Like and obviously, like, part of this is that they want to get their cut. I'm sure that if they were getting money for it, this wouldn't be a problem. This would just suddenly these sudden terms of service violations that are currently happening would just get swiped under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So this is going to have major ramifications, and if there was a company that was going to be able to take on Apple, Epic's probably one of them.
Yeah, although I mean, Apple is basically the biggest company.
Huge,
they fight this kind of stuff all the time. Like any sort of antitrust stuff. I mean, they have fought for decades, but I just don't feel like there's been as big a threat as Epic, like to them, because they can get equally good lawyers and they can drag it out equally as long. They have the money for it, yeah. But yeah, so
Else away.
essentially, Epic have sort of clapped back, as the kids say. So they put an injunction to block Apple from doing 3 things here: from delisting Fortnite, or otherwise making it unavailable; from taking adverse action against Epic, such as terminating their access to the Apple Developer Program, or removing Fortnite from existing people's devices. So currently,
Right,
if
because
you
they can do that.
yeah, exactly. So currently, you can still play Fortnite if you own it or you have it on the iOS, or you can re-download it. But no new players can play it, basically.
Okay.
But obviously, any updates or new seasons won't be available to download because they won't have access to development tools to update the game itself.
Yeah.
And then obviously, the Apple could just take it away if they decided, but I'm sure that would probably raise too many eyebrows currently. We'll see how ugly this gets.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this is going to have big ramifications throughout. I mean, more so, it's going to have a real big impact about what Game Pass, whether Game Pass will be able to get its foot in the door.
Yeah, I think this. Yeah, again, this will get sorted at some stage. Probably most likely they'll settle out of court and we'll come to some sort of agreement, because that's usually just how these things go. I mean, it's essentially just a giant pissing match. But if this does go through to court and does get ruled on by a judge, like that ruling will potentially have quite big ramifications for the game industry at large going forward around how these things operate and what can and can't be done by these platform holders.
And I don't think Apple will back down either.
No.
Because if they do, and Epic sets an example, then there'll be other coming for their piece.
Yeah, so essentially, so the new filing is lengthy. Essentially boils down to this. Epic accuses Apple and Google in a separate lawsuit of operating a monopoly with the App Store. The entire situation began where Epic introduced an alternate payment method inside Fortnite, giving the players option to buy V-Bucks directly from Epic and cutting out Apple entirely. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll keep a close eye on this one because, again, it's not a super sexy news story and it doesn't directly affect Xbox, but I think as part of the gaming industry, we're going to see some interesting changes potentially, seeing how this one goes. But yeah, Apple will not go down without a fight because they, this is nothing new to them. They've fought cases like this for decades, and they always fight them tooth and nail and appeal every opportunity they can, and they never give any kind of inch. It's ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah. I'll just say Epic's video 1984 was quite good.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
They're taking that
out.
out.
Oh yeah, for sure. They're going to play this up, which makes sense. I mean, because they need to get the public on their side. Which Fortnite.
I think that's a really smart way to do it.
It's like Fortnite obviously is a very popular game, but Apple is also basically the biggest company in the world.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a mess. But one, that's 2020 for you. I'm just sort of sitting back with the popcorn and watching.
Yeah. This will be. I mean, may as well.
What do you value more, your iPhone or your Fortnite?
I mean, they can both.
What
burn
size
in hell
popcorn,
for
Matt? Is it a small, a medium, or a
large?
large?
It's a medium. I've decided that I'm just going to, just because they put the medium option in there, I know that's best value, as they say in these mobile games.
Yeah, but if you don't get the large, you're losing money.
Yeah, that's
you're
true.
losing
$1. Spend $1 more. Get double the amount of popcorn.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Hey. Still sometimes think about that in the shower. I honestly do. I sometimes sit in the shower and go, I get large a lot, and I don't. You in other things too, coffee.
Yep.
I literally can't think of anything else now. Meals. Anytime I get a meal, it's a large, even though I don't necessarily need a large. Or
anytime you buy electronics or a laptop, and you're like, I could go for the low end model. That's all I really need. And it's like, this medium model actually is probably
do that. Oh, but $100 more.
Maybe you're thinking about the job hunt differently. Yeah? Maybe you should be taking in 2 resumes and charging them $1 to take both.
Oh, I mean, look, this is completely off topic, but that's usually how this goes. I got an email today from an application that I put in that said, hey, thanks for it had tiny amount of text saying, hey, thanks for your application, we'll get back to you shortly. And then had a huge image saying, hey, do you need to revamp your CV? Give us $35 and we'll do it for you. It was twice the size of the rest of the email. I'm like, so you guys basically sent me an ad. You guys essentially spam my inbox. Thanks, really appreciate that.
You sent Mr. Marketing Man an ad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, perfect. That's yeah.
Like I was discussing with Tarragon today, the only good spam is spam sent through the mail.
Which is actually illegal, so...
What?
The anti-spam... Anyway, don't worry about it. It's fine. There's some interesting legal stuff around how you can spam people.
I
whether
send
it's
a lot
online
of people spiced ham. Oh, no.
Okay, what's the next story? I'm not continuing this bit about spam of all things.
Don't go tell them, Porkies.
No, Cameron! No, I'm putting the kibosh on this right now.
I don't know what that reference is. It's okay. Don't worry, friends. Friends and family, it's okay. No, I just wanted to quickly, real briefly, talk about Microsoft Flight Sim might be Game of the Year. Just in terms of critical.
I'll be honest, I read that and then I went, alright, I'm going to go install it now. And then it just started playing music in the background the whole time, so I had to stop.
So, currently on Metacritic, it's sitting on a 94 from 30. And on OpenCritic, it's sitting on a 92 from 34. The highest in 2020 so far is Last of Us Part 2 on 93 in OpenCritic. And Half-Life Alyx on 92, so it's at least third.
Wow.
And it's been... I'm genuinely surprised and also kind of annoyed that, the best game Microsoft gets is a flight sim. It's a fantastic flight sim.
It is gorgeous.
And beautiful.
Absolutely
and crazy
gorgeous.
that they can do that on quote-unquote current gen.
Sure. Yeah.
It's only PC at the moment, so they're kind of pushing what is technically current gen. But it's supposed to come out on Xbox One and Series X, and I'd like to see... I'm sure it would be nowhere near as beautiful on the Xbox One. Possibly quite as good looking on the Series X, but yeah, it's apparently, it's reviewing fantastically. It's getting 10s from places, and the lowest I've seen it get is a 75 or something like that, which is still pretty damn good.
Pretty good. I mean, for a Microsoft first party release, I'll take what I can get at this point. They have not been hitting 10 out of 10s for a little while now, so it's good to hear that this is and to be fair, that's been a big Microsoft thing back in the day. Flight Sim was a huge thing back in 95 and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's no surprise that they've really put their best foot forward on this one.
And the question is, are you going to try it out?
ChinDocta might.
Yeah, that's fine. I think I'll give it a miss. I mean, my laptop wouldn't be able to play it anyway.
Yeah.
So, and the achievement list does look pretty bit rough, to be honest.
I think time consuming. I don't think it's difficult. I think it's just grindy. Apparently, you can. There's streamers have been talking about. You can basically adjust the trim on the plane, and then set it to autopilot with infinite fuel, and the small planes will just keep flying around the world forever.
Oh, yep.
Until you. So. They're certainly idleable.
Sure.
But whether you want to idle your console for 1,000 hours of flight time...
I mean, I imagine there'll be a lot of DLC as well for this.
Yeah. And the other thing is that these... that's what sim lists are about. Sim lists are about someone going, yes, this is my game. This is all I'm playing. This is the only game I'm playing.
This is my second job now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the Germans coming home from their job as a train conductor to play Train Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But look, I'm also glad that it's not a heavy mainstream title. It really isn't. It's a reasonably niche title, and it's being appreciated. It's not the Call of Duty equivalent on Microsoft.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Good. It definitely won't win Game of the Year or anything because again, it's just too niche. But if you get the highest Metacritic / OpenCritic score for the year, I'd definitely take that.
For sure.
Okay, so we'll move on to what we've been playing.
One thing quickly, Cameron, did you want to talk quickly about that thing? Sorry, it was a last minute thing that we were talking about before the show started with Lana Pierce's video that she put up.
Alright, so I found the article. So the Xbox Series X price has reportedly been leaked.
Oh,
There is
right.
no... Pardon?
Sorry, it dawned to me. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. Cool.
Yeah, cool. So there's no official price that's been dropped as of yet, but Alana Pierce, who is... What was the Twitter tag?
Charalanazard.
There we go. Reportedly said that she got a DM saying that the price would be $599 US dollars,
Oh, this is
which
not
translates.
the story
Okay, what's the
I know. So
story?
the story I know, it's also quite relevant, is that there's a Monster Energy competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see this
So there's a
one.
Monster Energy competition with 200 prizes, with a total value of, I don't remember what the total value was, but once you divided that by 200, it was $599.99 US, and the prizes were an Xbox Series X and a copy of Halo Infinite.
Yeah. So the thinking was that that would be the price, or
So you take out Infinite potentially.
Maybe.
That's $540, which is a weird price point. So that would probably be $549, I guess. They would go with.
But I think realistically they're going to pack in. They'll probably just pack in
The bundle it.
like Infinite, and you'll just get a Halo Infinite in whatever one you buy. Like you probably won't be able to buy it on its own.
Damn it.
But here's the problem now, right? Is that now Infinite's not going to be available. It's been delayed.
Right.
It's been delayed till 2021.
So you're just going to get a digital code anyway.
Digital code for it
Not
anyway,
even digital
so-
code, a redeem on your console type thing like they did with Cyberpunk.
Yeah, so again, that's probably not as big a selling point. But yeah, so in that case, they can't really take it out or do a version without it. Chances are, just every day one version will have Halo included. I would say so. $599, and that price has been corroborated with what Cameron's found here with Lana Pierce's stuff.
So we're looking at roughly $849 to $899 Australian.
Yeah, so that would probably be about 900 New Zealand, I would assume. I mean, even though the dollar is basically identical.
Yeah, well, it costs further to ship it a little bit further, mate.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah.
You know how much fuel it cost me to send it that extra hour? I don't know how long it is to.
It's about a 2-hour flight. Yeah.
You know what? It's actually fun. It's probably quicker for you to get to Melbourne than it is for me.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, probably.
That's the worst part. Is I live in the country and it takes me longer to get to Melbourne. And it's not even that we're a huge country.
You just live in the middle of nowhere.
I don't know what you're talking about. He lives in Tasmania, doesn't he? New Zealand's not on a map.
Yeah, no.
I've
Yeah,
never seen a map of New Zealand.
Yeah, Tasmania. Don't come to New Zealand. New Zealand doesn't exist. It's like Atlantis. It's a myth.
Yeah. All right, but at that price point, if I can sell Halo, if I can give Halo Infinite to someone else, and I can sell it for even, $40 US for Halo Infinite, I would probably buy it at that. I'm going to be getting it anyway. I was always going to get it regardless. If they could have charged me $2,000 and I would have got it day one because that's just...
Because you're a scrub, yeah.
I was going to say, there's no point having it anyway. We're all going to have Game Pass Ultimate for however long.
Oh, Halo Infinite. I thought you meant the Series X. I'm like, excuse me, sir. My backlog of games begs to differ. XCOM 2 will load instantaneously.
Saying that, I'm probably going to get rid of my OG and my Elite just to...
I mean, yeah.
Probably knock half
if
the
there's a
price
good
down.
trade deal on the Elite, or the Series X, I mean,
It's a bad taste to trade in the Cyberpunk console.
I mean, maybe. I mean, probably you can probably get more selling it on your own. To be honest,
Just return it. At that point.
Oh, my American one sold, by the way.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Sold for
That's the Series X
But,
paid for then.
$4.99 it sold for. Cost
I know
me
EB
$2.99,
had
so bit of
yeah.
profit.
EB had really good trade-in deals until Sunday this week.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. I mean, they I don't think they're open for pre-orders yet, are they?
No, but you abuse the system and put that credit that you're trading in on pre-orders that you then later cancel to put the money on what you actually want.
Yes, but don't say that
So-
on a podcast where people might hear it.
If you're a Victorian resident and you're in stage 4 restrictions, go down to your local EB store and just, I'm sure everything will be fine.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Whoops.
Okay. I don't know. Do we Okay, so you're still going to grab it.
I think it's too expensive, but I'm still going to be getting it.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's probably the right call. What about you,
I,
Cameron?
even $5.49 I think is reasonable. I think that's the most I would expect it to be.
Yeah, it couldn't be if it was any more. I mean, look, if they went over $5.99, there's no way it would sell.
Zero chance it'll be more than $5.99. $5.99
potentially go lower.
That's a stretch for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, and now I've remembered that I brought this up earlier. Xbox All Access, the rent to own scheme, at probably $40 US a month, $50 US a month, and you get gold Xbox Live Ultimate, which is gold Game Pass, and for PC, which is weird that it's bundled, but that's just how it's easier to do it that way. And xCloud, with your Series X that you will own at the end of it, that's not a bad price.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep the price that much, again, have they confirmed that that's what it's going to be?
No, I can't remember, but I mean, I think that's what the One X was.
Yeah,
roughly.
I know they knocked the One X prices down.
No, I'm not talking about the price. I'm talking about the rent, the Xbox.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Telstra knocked the prices down.
Oh yeah, and they have a scheme to upgrade to.
Yeah, I remember they said when it was, I think it was like last November. They said, it's going to be about a year before it comes out. So if you upgrade now, and because it's a 2-year plan, I think, right? So they said if you're within a year of it, you can essentially get the new one as soon as it comes out, and we'll just upgrade you over to it and just start a new 2-year plan without costing you anything extra.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a really important factor given the economic crunch that the world is in.
Yeah.
For potentially getting more sales. I think that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, because I think $5.99 is going to be a hard ask for a lot of people.
In a lump, yeah.
Myself included. That's a lot of cash. Whew.
Just sell your house.
Yeah. Got a few things to fix first.
Xbox One S at the moment is $27 a month for the first 24 months.
Is that Australian or US?
Australian.
Okay, that's reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep. $16 a month after, subject to change after those 24 months. Xbox One X is $34 a month for the first 24 months, and then $16 after. After,
presumably because you own the console and that's just Ultimate or whatever.
Yeah, that would be just Ultimate, which is the normal. It's $15, $16 for Ultimate,
yeah, so that's and that's the other thing is you own the console. You're not actually
it's buy to own, or rent to own.
Yeah, that's which is also pretty important to state is you do not have to give the console back with you when you're done with it. You can sell it. You can do whatever. Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
So works out to if you're just going with the 2 years, $648 for the One S and $816 for the Xbox One X.
Yep, which 2 years at $15 a month or 16. We'll go with 15 because it's easier to do math on. $360 for your Ultimate for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at the console being somewhere between $450 to $500,
which is about right
for One X. Console. Yeah, which I'd say
for the One S or X.
One X.
Yeah, so which is about what the console came out at. So you obviously you're paying a little bit more because you're renting.
Yeah,
and that's just how it works.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they really push that again because they've kind of gone quiet about it.
They really did that. Literally only because I saw a news story that mentioned how that's going to be essentially the game changer for this generation. And I was like, oh right, that exists.
Yeah, because basically because it was the last I heard of it was that upgrade plan back in November.
Yeah,
and then they
silent.
So I don't know if they're going to change that or how that's going to affect it. It'd be interesting to see.
Basically, just covering all their bases.
Yeah, which is that's kind of what Microsoft's
they're
been doing.
Being very surprisingly customer friendly, consumer friendly rather.
Yeah,
with it's shockingly consumer friendly.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. We'll see.
Yeah. Psych, $700 game console.
Yeah, games are actually $100 now. I don't know. What about you, Cameron? Does this affect what you're thinking about picking it up, or
all access, or
just the console in general?
The console price.
Not really. Like, I'm just going to trade into my consoles. I was going to get one regardless. I mean, I'm expecting to pay somewhere around 900 Australian.
How many do you have?
I have 4 Xbox Ones of different variations
Yeah.
and 2 Xbox 360s.
Okay, so you're still going to be able to do
And a gaming
Kinect
PC.
nonsense. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Just checking.
So about those Doom sessions.
Yeah. Well, do you remember that bit where Alex is like, yeah, we'll all do it together?
No, I don't remember him ever saying anything like that.
See,
But
I
that doesn't sound like him at
offered
all.
myself up. I offered to be the nice guy on the weekend.
Yeah.
And then nobody replied to me.
No, we said, yeah,
So it's
okay.
like-
And then, like, Alex is like, oh, I only had it through Game Pass. I'm like, well, buy it. It's on sale. Don't know what's
It's been like
stopping
$10 that many times. Actually, I think it was $5 on Amazon last week.
No, it's fine. I'll double box it. We only need 4 people.
And if you're on, I mean, you're at home a lot, playing just playing deathmatch on US servers, even though it's not,
Yeah.
you get a reasonable chunk of experience.
That's a good point. Actually, I might just
Like
start doing
I
that.
did a couple weekends and I'm 4th echelon
Oh,
or
right.
5th or something. But yeah,
I did it on a triple XP.
Yeah,
one
no, we
cares about
heard.
you.
Yeah, no,
Haven't
we
came
heard,
back.
Cameron. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, really appreciate that.
where was our invite?
No, wait, it wasn't a triple XP. It was a 6.66 XP
Oh,
weekend.
All right, well, that's okay. We'll probably just skip over what he's been playing.
Matt, what have you been playing? Because I know unfortunately it's the least of all of us.
Yeah, no, it's not a lot. So I am, as I've been saying, on cleanup duty. I was busy last week moving house, so I just got my new router in today. Thanks, internet company. Although it's damn fast. I've got my internet speeds. I'm looking at like 250 megabit up and down.
Wow.
Yeah,
Can I move there?
yeah. Well, to be fair, like I'm paying for 950 down, and I'm not getting it yet.
Yeah.
So, but
Okay.
you know, the 200 is pretty good. So I've just been cleaning up stuff, a lot of offline stuff. I played Soul Calibur 5. Finally struggled my way through it. I was when I started playing it again, I had done none of the 240 battles you have to do, and I was like, this is going to take forever, and it did. So I got to like the last 20 or so, and that's when they really leave you with the ones that you can't cheese your way through as easily. I got stuck on. I got to 239 out of 240, and one of them was a mirror match. I was using Mitsurugi, and it essentially was just the same guy. You're fighting yourself, and I'm almost certain the AI messes with you, because I would have a round where I'd just get completely smashed by him. He'd win 3 rounds in a row, and I'd be done. And then the next time I would get 2 rounds up and a win, and then he'd be like, I was like, I'm getting this. I could sweep him. Nope, comes back with 3, completely destroys me. In the last one that I did when I finally beat him, I was 2 up, and then it was 2 on 2, because he'd won 2 straight after that. We were going back and forth, hitting each other. He hits me with a throw, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I had a tiny sliver of health left, and essentially just started spamming the jump ability. He blocks 3 of them. I'm like, okay, I'm done. But then he happens to try and go for another attack, but he just misses me, and I hit him. And it was the closest fighting game thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, it would have been perfect for the Tekken 7 slow-mo, end of the match sort of thing. So I'm super glad to be done with that. And then I just spent the next 2 days grinding out the levels and the walking 80,000 meters, which I just set up the Cronus to do that, because there was no way I was going to be sitting there. But it literally took an entire 12 hours to level up from 60 to 99, and then another 7 or 8 hours to do the walking part. But there are easy ways of doing it if you have a turbo controller, or you can a Titan or a Cronus. But man, that game gets really grindy. I'm not really a big fighting game guy. I'm trying to get pretty much all my fighting games off of my tag that I need. I think the only ones I really have left are, I've got Marvel vs. Capcom Origins that I need to do. I've got 1 achievement left in Dead or Alive 6 or 5? 5 or 6? I think 5 maybe. Dead or Alive 4, which I'll never finish. And
That's,
one of the...
Dead or Alive 4 last round? No, is that
No,
5?
Dead or Alive 5 is the last round one, is the free one that I still have. I still have to do the training mode or the combo challenge or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's tough. No, never mind.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. And then Dead or Alive 4, I'll never get done, because getting 200 wins or whatever it is in survival mode can just get in the sea.
Yep.
So I'm glad to be done with that. I've got about 45 or 46 360 games installed on my 360 that aren't backwards compatible that I'm trying to finish, and that's kind of using that as my current sort of whiteboard about what I need to work on. And then I'm just trying to stomach going back and playing through some of the stuff. I might end up doing Risen 2. I don't know. I would wish there was a walkthrough on TA that would sort of outline it, because the walkthroughs on like Game Pressure and that sort of stuff are good, but they're not sort of achievement focused. So some of the stuff doesn't quite work. Also been playing Neverwinter. The new mod came out a couple weeks ago. It's bad. Like I said, it's not good. I got the campaign done, so I got the achievement for that. All that's left is to grind out the boons, and then spend the next 200 hours grinding out some gear that'll actually let me do the dungeon. I'm about 5 dungeons or 4 dungeons behind at this point. I've still got to do Lair of the Mad Mage, which I still haven't managed to do. Then there's the House to Trial, one of which the achievements is for is to finish it without dying, which I only think about 30 people in the world have, so that'll be good. Then you've got the Infernal Citadel, which I haven't even been to yet, and then you've got this new challenge that they've added in, which I don't know much about, but I imagine this is going to be the stone that I push up the hill for all eternity at this rate. It's a living, I guess. And then I decided that I don't know. I just decided I also have all my Xbox One games that I've started pretty much installed, my smaller ones. And I saw Assassin's Creed Chronicles China was sitting there, and I was like, well, I've done India and I've done Russia, years ago. And I started China, but I stopped it for some reason. I went back and realized that I'd messed up like the 3 missions that I'd done and had to restart them because I didn't get the top score on them. So I've just been going through and playing that and actually having a really good time. When I started the game originally, there wasn't a walkthrough on TA. Now that there is, the walkthrough is fantastic. Like, it's really, really good.
Yep.
So I'm going through that and actually having a pretty good time. The game is a little bit... It's pretty unforgiving in terms of stealth. Like, it's a very hard stealth game in terms of, like, you get seen, like, you might as well just restart your checkpoint. But story-wise, I mean, it's just sort of typical, like, Assassin's Creed story that doesn't matter. But, like, it'll be good to get it done. I've got most of the Assassin's Creeds done at this point. Like, it was China and Odyssey are pretty much the only 2 that I haven't done. I guess 3 remastered, but we'll see if I get that done at some stage. But that's really all I've been playing this week. I think we're probably going to start Strange Brigade tomorrow. So if we have time, or something along those lines, since I'll maybe get something new to play, which will be good. But yeah, so my score this week is only 555, but I don't see that going up by much in the next few weeks, at least.
No, fair enough. So still, cleanup's always good. Cameron, you or me?
You can go if you want.
Okay. I basically only started playing stuff yesterday because I've been doing pretty long shifts at work, and it's just eased off because we've got essentially another employee who I trained up in the last fortnight, who now starts at 2 o'clock, which is about when I finish. So, because of government time, so I finish at 2:21 exactly.
Oh, I see.
Yep. It's a 8-hour and 21-minute shift with an hour lunch. So it's
Okay.
Whatever. 2:21, I finish. I get to go because now normally the person in the afternoon is currently is a student and is doing placement until 4 o'clock or 4:21. So I'd have to have stayed back extra 2 hours, and then it's busy, so I end up staying till 5 or 6, which means it normally was an 11 or 12-hour shift. Now I don't. Now I get to go home after 8 hours and play some games. So yesterday I hit it hard. Because I was missing 3 Ratalaika game completions, so I did 2 of 3. I did Rogue Cube, which is a little roguelike game, which I was surprisingly bad at until I found the one weapon that just broke it and broke the run for me, and I won. Or got all the achievements at least. I chose not to. Like, I was like, oh, don't need to go any further to get any of the achievements. I just need to do other things. I'm just going to keep playing for a little bit.
Alright.
Went a couple more levels. I think I did one more boss. I'm like, nah, I'm not. I'm just going to get the rest of the achievements and bail. So I did that. I did Prehistoric Dude, which is like a baby's first Vayner.
Oh, okay.
Metroidvania title. Yeah, it's not particularly in depth, and also there is a sort of path you should take because it makes sense, but there's no real linear path. It's just kind of an open map that you don't actually ever see, as far as I'm aware, unless it was one of the buttons I didn't use. And you just, if you can't go in this area, try a different direction, but it's not really necessarily clear which way you go. Wasn't great, but not difficult. Finished off Far Out. Only needed the ending where things don't light on fire and you get to escape. And it took like 3 tries, I think. After restarting, you have to delete your save data completely from everywhere. And I mean, it only takes like 2 minutes to attempt, but you have to wipe it every time. Otherwise, the game will remember that you got a fire, even if you don't get one in your next run. And then it'll be like, well, you got a fire, it's going to crash.
That's helpful.
Yep. But that was not too painful. And all of this in a lovely party chat with Cameron, which I enjoyed a couple of the minutes of.
I mean, look, as long as you're...
What do you mean? I was just swearing at myself the whole time. I'm sure you would have enjoyed that.
Yep, I had to mute him when I played this next game because I was trying to watch Bill's guide and he was talking too loud. Played Horror of the Deep, which is, again, just a generic survival horror. Run, grab some keys sometimes, or don't, and just progress through the level.
How many keys?
It's supposed to be 3 keys. There are 3 locks. I swear on both of the occasions I went through those. So there are 3 levels that you need to do that have keys that you pick up. The first one, there's no enemies. You pick up 3 keys. Pretty simple. You go through. You're done. The next key level, there are enemies. They're just sort of crawling on the ground. If you come within a 7-meter radius of them, they'll grab you and you die. That's an exaggeration, but their reaches are probably a little bit further than you're expecting. I'm like, okay, got the first key, and they're random locations, because of course they are. Why wouldn't they be?
Yes.
Followed the guide. I'm like, okay, the first key isn't here. That's all right. Got the second key. Got the third key, and I died a couple times, and I'm wondering whether that had an effect. So I had 2 keys. I'm looking everywhere for this third key. Cannot find it. No idea. I'm like, I guess I'm just going to try the door and then die and hope that it spawns next time. Nope, door opens with 2... Maybe I did get a third key, but I could have sworn that I did not.
It's a quality title then.
Yep. Went through the door. Was like, okay, cool. Don't think I got 3 keys. Didn't test the fact about whether you needed keys at all. But I probably will. Because I don't think I uninstalled it. But same thing next time. Died a couple times when I'd gotten some keys. Got 2 keys. I'm looking everywhere for this third key. Nope, can't find it. Went to the exit. I'm like, I guess... Oh, cool. The door opened and I swear I only had 2 keys. Alright, game done. 1000 Gamerscore. If you haven't played it and you own it, try just going through the door with less than 3 keys. Try with 0 and then get 1 and go... Because it might work. Both times I could have sworn I only had 2 keys, and I don't know whether the game remembered that I picked up keys before or what, but because the game doesn't, when you pause the menu, press pause, go into the pause, it also doesn't pause.
Oh,
so if you go down in the menu, you move backwards with your character. So it's not paused. It's very clear, and things will still kill you, so it's dumb. But other than that, relatively easy. Just had to mute Cameron so he could shut up while I was listening to Bill's. Yeah.
Love you too, buddy.
And then I played Hidden Through Time, which is a hidden object game, but things move and sometimes you have to look in houses and stuff. If you Google Hidden Through Time walkthrough, there's a really good picture guide.
Oh.
For all except one of the levels. One of the levels it doesn't show you. Actually, 2 of the levels. The final level it doesn't show you an item, but the clue is very obvious because they give you hints if you highlight them. in your "this is what you're looking for" section. The clue is pretty obvious. It's like for the final level, it's like you're looking for a red couch. You just go to, and the clue is like, this looks like a great throne for the chieftain. You just go to the biggest tent. It's there. It's very obvious. The other level, I think, was like level 16. I can't remember what I couldn't find, but I know exactly what I couldn't find. I couldn't find a helmet. There was a helmet in the level that wasn't in the picture guide I used, so I had to look up Bill's guide. Still very easy. The painful part is because the whole game story mode took about half an hour. Really simple, really easy. Then you have to do online. You have to play 50 online maps, which is quite easy. What you do is you set the filter to not played and get it to sort by cleared percentage, which means if everyone has cleared the map, then that'll show up at the top 100%. Right. You get through the 100% ones, there's only like 2 of them, and then the rest is 99. But they're all basically, you're looking for 5 items. Oh, there's only 5 items on the screen? That's probably them. Click, 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 click. It literally takes longer to load in and out of the level than it does to play the level.
Oh, great.
So you're probably looking at about... And if you use the picture guides from the start, you're probably looking at about an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes, depending on how fortunate you are with the loading. If the loading's quite quick on the online, maybe you get it done under an hour, but I doubt it. But yeah, as opposed to the 3, I think it's 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 as an estimate on TA. So you cut that time in half using picture guides. Or don't use picture guides. It really doesn't matter. Like you can't miss anything because you can always go back, and if you choose to progress without having found all the objects, you can go back to the level at a later time and find the rest of them, because you do need to find all the objects in the story mode. But as I say, you can just do it, play by yourself without a guide. I just don't have time for that nonsense.
Who does?
Yeah. And then today I finished off my Ratalaika completion set with the new one coming out this week, Even the Ocean. I have been informed that it is a story-based platforming title.
So someone told you about the game that you played?
Yeah, Sangria's. I asked Sangria's before I started. I asked him, how long is it? He said, it's probably like 4 to 5 hours. I'm like, oof, that's a big Ratalaika title. I don't know if... And that's why I didn't do it yesterday, because I was like, that's long. I'll do that today. I'll put some time into it today. He's like, yep, just it's not difficult, but it takes a bit of time. I'm like, okay, that's unfortunate, but sometimes Ratalaika does this. It's fine. It's cool. Once in a while is not bad. So I looked for his walkthrough video, and in the process, I found my good friend who makes PlayStation trophy guides, Bad Driver, had a 10-minute platinum video.
Oh, okay.
Like,
right.
Wonder if this will work on Xbox. It does. There is a mode, because you can select, you basically can do normal mode, story mode, which gets rid of all of the platforming. A specific mode where you just like going through the platforming dungeons, or warp mode that allows you to skip to any point in the game. So you basically skip to the very final scene, and you have it set so that you walk extra fast and you skip text extra fast. You sit through like a 3-minute cutscene, finish the game, quit the game, go back into it. All the story-based achievements for like finishing Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, Act 4, Act 5 pop. Done. Skip to a different, like you do a couple other little things. 10 minutes, done. Easy. Painless. I don't know what the game is about. I didn't jump once in the game, but I got all the achievements. So, I mean, I feel like I have experienced all of the game that I wanted to experience.
I mean, you got all the achievements. That's all you need, right?
Yes, I experienced the game, Even the Ocean. Yeah. But that's edging closer to my big milestone for the year, my life, validating everything I've done. Where am I at? I'm at 987,303.
Damn, that is really close.
I'm just under 13,000 away. I know what achievement I want to hit it with. I just need to do some setting up. Looking like that Island Saver DLC is calling to me.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully I mean, I was thinking I would not be able to get to it by the end of this month just because of time, but I've definitely got next weekend off. I'm working this weekend, and if I'm coming home at reasonable times, I can probably get 1,000 Gamerscore a day, and then big push on Saturday, finish it off on Sunday.
Yeah, you could have it done by the end of the month for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully all goes to plan, but I got 5,110 Gamerscore this week. Cameron, what about yourself?
Nice. What to start with?
Probably the top of your list, I would suggest.
I'll just go with the games from last week. So, golf with your friends. I played a little bit more of this. Some of the levels are still pretty tricky. There's not really much I need to say on it, other than I hate Oasis and I hate, what's the other map called? Worms. They are awful, and there's just one hole on each that mucks me up every time. Other than that, I'm getting pretty close to getting par in the rest of the courses. Then I'll probably start Windows 10. Continue with Windows 10. Overwatch, me and Adrian quickly knocked out the 2 Lucio Ball achievements, which is the it's like the soccer match, but like with multiple balls. So there's one achievement for scoring 2 goals within 5 seconds of each other, which I just did like unintentionally, which was great.
Which one was that? The scoring or the saving?
The scoring.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So scoring the 2 goals within 5 seconds.
3.
The second 5.
3 goals.
No, 2 goals.
It's more than 2 goals.
Verify
Unless
it for
they've
me,
changed
but
it. Because I had someone complaining to me. I was like, it doesn't seem that bad.
2 goals within 5 seconds.
2 goals, that's it. What do people complain about? How many balls is this? 3 balls or 2 balls?
2 to 3 balls.
Yeah,
it depends.
Yeah. Oh, pathetic.
Yeah.
Is that the
But then,
event
of course,
that's running
nobody's
at the moment?
playing it. Yeah, that's the event that's running at the moment. And the other one was 15 saves, which... What?
Sorry, it's called Summer Games 2020. I just thought that was quite ironic.
Yeah. 15 saves in one match is the other one, so you've got like 3 or 4 minutes in a match. The first time I tried it, I got 14 saves.
Oh.
Of course, as you do. And then me and Adrian managed to get into opposite sides of a match, and we just hit it back and forth. I got like 20 on my second one.
Nice.
So, easy to knock out. The only achievements I'm missing for Overwatch are Maze Snowball Challenges and 1 Junkenstein, and I'm done. So, hopefully I can get them in next rotation, because Maze was broken last time. Other than that, I did Darksiders Genesis.
How is that?
With Aptos. Well, you know these things called doors?
I've heard of them, yes.
Yeah,
Cameron,
yeah.
I've heard you struggle with doors in Far Cry.
So basically, the starting area in Darksiders Genesis, there's like this big, I guess, pool or portal you come in, yeah?
Yep.
And then here I am, like, wandering around the room. Aptos joins the game. It's just like, alright, we'll go to the left. There's a massive door there. There's got to be something we're doing wrong, yeah? Because there's 2, like, symbols on the ground in front of it, and it's you know, solo co-op.
Sure.
So we're just like, alright, we need to both activate it. Both press B. Holds in like a kind of stance position in front of the door. Like, why isn't anything working? Walk around the whole room. Spent 5 minutes. Go back to the original portal. That's the chapter select.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
Other than that,
So you just wandered around the lobby for 5 minutes.
Yeah, pretty much it. But it's been pretty good playing with Aptos. We're just getting the boatman's coins as we go along. It's basically just Diablo.
Okay.
It's Darksiders Diablo, but I am enjoying it. We've just tackled, I think, 3 bosses so far. The only downside is some of the platforming. Aptos is really not enjoying it. And then my usual run ahead mantra is kind of just like,
Yeah, I'm sure he's thrilled
becoming-
by that.
it's run ahead, find a 2-player section, and then wait till Aptos catches up.
So you play as Strife and War in this one, right?
Yeah, Strife and War.
Like story-wise, I don't know if you care about the Darksiders story, but
I don't know
Okay,
that much
yeah.
about Darkseid story, so
all right, I'll be interested.
no spoilers, I guess.
No, I guess no, please, no, yeah, I'd be interested to because I'm potentially interested in playing it. I did see it when we went to PAX, and it did look pretty good.
Gameplay wise, it's pretty fluid.
All right,
It feels like not banging on Diablo, but it feels like a much smoother, much friendlier, like Diablo.
okay, I might check it out then and get a co-op partner and do a run through it.
Yeah, definitely recommend it. PUBG finally got my 50 nade kills. So the only achievement I am missing now is 1,000 kills, which I really don't want to.
Really, he's too wussy to just do it and grind it out.
I just want TDM. I know it's quicker. I know it's going to take me like 1 day in TDM, not the next 4 weeks in matches.
Sounds tedious.
I'm going to have to do another 40 matches if I have to do it. In matches,
Is it
which-
do they still have the bots? Do they take the bots out?
They still have the bots, but like if you do a TDM, it counts. It's the only achievement that counts in TDM
So why aren't you doing it
So
in
it's-
TDM?
because nobody plays TDM.
Oh, so wait, so you can't
That's
you
Well, no
right.
one
can't have
plays the
bots.
game, let alone...
Yeah,
No, TDM won't have bots.
Oh, I see. Right.
yeah, can't get bots in TDM. You can do in custom matches, but custom matches is just as bad.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's either do a custom matches or just do it in the main game with bots. But I mean, if I can get a TA session set up for it, then I'd like to do it. But I don't know how many people we need to start a TDM match. But yeah, eventually I'll get it done. What else? Me and Tarragon finished a way out, or we found a way out of playing the rest of the game.
So
No.
how did you guys?
No.
I don't understand how you guys did that.
The achievements finish up in chapter 4, and there's 5
Did
chapters.
they really? I mean, I played it all the way through to the end. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, the achievements
Okay.
are done well before that last section.
So I looked up how
Were
this
you,
game
were you
ends
Big Nose
today.
or Fat Boy? Oh, that's right. You didn't need to answer that. I already know.
Yeah.
I'm Leo.
That doesn't help me.
He's a big nose guy. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's interesting that you chose to be that one.
Why is that?
Would have thought the other one would have felt more natural.
Is that what you're saying? Because I know how it ends now.
Got a
So
big nose. What do you think of that?
yeah.
I don't know.
Made sense when I looked it up, and I was just like,
There's just. I mean, I thought it was fine.
so many moments in this game though that me and Tarragon are just like, all right, so we're breaking into this car, yeah. So I go around to the other side and I just open it naturally. Just stuff like that just are so overlooked.
I mean,
Like I'm playing a 2D fighter in the hospital,
yeah, the brawler section.
and Tarragon's just like 10 seconds of running, back to Cameron,
Yeah.
and then waiting on me for like 60 seconds.
I think it definitely helped that Alison and I played it together in the same room, and I think that really did change it quite a bit.
Okay.
Because I think, like, obviously it needs to have online co-op because most people don't play couch co-op anymore. But I think it plays a lot better when you're actually playing next to the person.
Yeah, there's a lot of like moments like that in there where it just takes you out of it, especially if we're just poking fun at each other. Especially like in the trailer park when you find the guy cheating. Just stuff like that. Saying that, hitting the baseball over the bridge. So many times where that should have just counted.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. I know exactly what you mean.
And I'm just like, how did I get like an 80 when it's like flew
Like,
straight
you can't
past the
even see
bridge?
You could definitely tell that
no.
it was made by the same guy who made Brothers Tale of Two Sons, rather, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Even the throwback on the in the second chapter.
Yeah.
But
So,
no, it
you can
was
say you sat on a bench. Well, not a bench. Was it a bench or a rock?
you sat near a
stream,
stream or something. Yeah. Saying that we missed the achievement in the first chapter, which was to do the dips 20 times.
Oh, yeah.
So we went back to this year after I'd finished all the other.
Generally, how that works. Yep.
Yeah, so we went back to this, and I got to 19. Here I am with my Elite controller, taking the what do you call it?
Paddle, stick,
the these things.
Stick.
The toggles, yeah, and then just banging it against my controller, hitting X. Yeah, because my hands were getting worn down by this point, so I keep on banging it across X. Accidentally hit B.
Oh, wow! I mean, that's your own fault for being a wuss. Should have just toughed it out.
This is the second time after not talking to the guy, which apparently doesn't count unless you talk to the guy.
Him, yeah.
So of course, Tarragon comes in here and he's just like, "Yep, you just got to do it slow, buddy."
Yep.
Gives me the whole talk of it's not about the speed, it's about how you use it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Someone to tell Tarragon that no one's ever crossed the Atlantic in a rowboat.
Yeah. But that's exactly it. Last two, Omen Sight. I would dare say a contender for one of my games of the year.
Okay, so I need to play this then.
Minus the MVP achievement, I loved it.
What was the
really
MVP achievement?
MVP achievement is to get the free bonuses. It doesn't count the free on top. The free on top are the new information, new Omen Sight, and new unlocking your seal. Because you're going through the same, I guess, areas in the game, you unlock seals from certain characters, which allow you to expand in your story, get memories, that kind of stuff. The bonus free for the MVP is to get a stylish fighter award, which I think it changes per level, but if you're going off the very first level with Drago, which I did, it is four activations your ability, 4 activations of your companion ability, and then at least 3 of your hit combos. But it's very finicky, and I swear I got it the first 2 times, and I was getting very frustrated with it because I'm just like, I had an almost flawless second run, and it didn't pop.
Ah, man. Okay.
The other 2 things are just Explorer, just finding a whole bunch of chests. Basically, just go through the whole thing and just get every little piece you can, and then no death.
Okay.
But yeah, finally got on my third run. I got the bad ending. You can get a good ending, but you basically have to collect all the memories in the game. When I finished up, I was, I think, 22 out of 26. But plays very much like Ruby, Grim Eclipse.
Okay, yeah.
Very similar kind of fighting. What else? Just, really good story. Was really invested. Revisiting areas with the characters basically, meeting you again for the first time over and over, and finding out if I could go back in time, would I do this differently? And using the Omen Sight as a guidance. It was fantastic, and I really need to go back and play their other game.
All right, cool. Yep, that's sold. I'm sold. I'll probably play it for next week.
And then the final game for the week was City Skylines. I just had a real urge last night to just jump back into it. It started back in 2017. I dare say I'm not going to stick around for a completion, but I want to get a fair chunk of it done, and I want to see if I can get my city to something massive. I followed the walkthrough guide last night up until I got to the bridges. I can't work out how this guide works. Because for whatever way, I'm building a elevated surface of highway going out of the city, and I'm building an underground highway going into the city, and then there's meant to be on every seam or connector, one going to the upper, one going to the lower. I can get the ones to go onto the upper, but the lower ones just will not work for the life of me. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I need it to work in order to start increasing to high density areas. But that's pretty much for the main game. I've started going through some of the natural disasters, which aren't part of they're pretty much one-off achievements. Yeah, look, I'm having a lot of fun with it up until just the bridge.
Alright.
And then other thing with that is I basically reloaded my save from 2017 this morning. And yeah, previous Cameron wasn't a very good city planner because everybody's dead.
Oh, great.
Because the graveyards are full and there's just mass death. As you do. And this was before any of the disaster DLCs, so this is
you were the disaster.
I was a culprit. I take great pride in that.
Very much got that SimCity spirit then.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, finished up the week with 3,145. And saying that, I am loading in the background the achievement for 1,001 Nights for City Skylines, which is going to take me 160 hours, I believe.
Jesus, alright.
But I mean, if I'm not doing anything while I'm at work, I may as well just
have it running, yeah.
Load that for the next 2 weeks.
Wow, way to out yourself on the show. Just go to work to sit around, you know.
I don't do anything at work at the moment. It's too quiet.
It's been eerily quiet relatively speaking, at my workplace as well. Like, it feels like it's the eye of the storm. Like, we built up. Now it's sort of dropped off, and we're just gonna, at some point, get smashed worse than where we left off. Like, it's...
Yep.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. Please don't be I'm the storm. Last thing I want is more people just mass panicking.
Oh, I don't think you guys... I think you guys are still... You are the storm.
Yeah. That's fair to say.
Alright, moving on, we will talk about sales. So, I don't know if there's anything leaving or added to Game Pass.
I haven't seen anything leaving.
Yeah, I imagine there probably is stuff, but they just haven't announced it yet, if there is.
Yeah. We did have our changeover for games with gold, so if you have not redeemed it, you can get now... I don't know which one's the new one. Portal Knights is the new one for...
Maybe?
Let me see. Yeah, no, from August 16th was Override Mech City Brawl, which I would recommend. In fact, I'm probably going to redeem it even though I've completed it, because I know although people will probably pair up, there are a couple of achievements that are much easier to get online. It's I did it over free-to-play weekend. I honestly think I did it in like 8 hours.
Yeah, I remember we talked about it back when you did it. It was like 2 months back, right? Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Yeah.
Which is still relatively quick, yeah. But the only painful thing is doing the winning the campaign with each person or whatever, which I'm reasonably certain you have to do. Alright. Yeah, I think to get their skin that you need is the quickest way to do it is beat the campaign, yeah. Okay. But yeah, so that's games with gold and whatever crappy Xbox original game.
Motocross or something, I think.
Was it Red Faction? Red Faction 2?
Red Faction,
yeah.
Red
would have
Faction
changed.
2.
Yeah.
For 16th to the 31st. So that's out for all you cool cats and kittens. I gave up on that. I didn't even know.
I was going to say, that reference is like 3 years old, right? Like, that's...
Yeah, it was not relevant in the least, but it just went with it.
Sure.
Gamerscore games in this week's sales. It's a pretty weak sale, but that's because we have the quote-unquote Ultimate Game Sale, which I did pick up a few titles in. But there is Horse Racing 2016, 85% off, $1.49. Late Shift, 50% off, $6.24. The Complex, 20% off, $10.39. The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, 40% off, $7.79. And Thief of Thieves, 75% off, $4.99. Weird that the Shape-Shifting Detective is not on sale, given the major sort of Wales Interactive F&B titles. Yep. But alright. Host recommendations. Matt, I see you've put one in. I'll quickly grab one. Cameron, I'm sure.
I know one.
Yes, so
No,
I'd recommend the Agatha Christie ABC Murders, 70% off, $5.99. Relatively easy point and click, standard. You know, if you played The Raven or anything like that, you play as Poirot trying to solve some murders. It's fine.
Wow, what is that game?
What a recommendation.
Your recommendation?
My recommendation is Late Shift.
Yours is NASCAR Heat 5, buddy.
No, I didn't touch this on the weekend.
Yeah,
no.
So you could buy it on sale. NASCAR Heat 5.
No, thank you. Don't have to always do racing.
Just mostly.
I can play other games, like Flight Sim.
It's racing in the sky, mate.
Yeah.
That's racing for those achievements, eh?
No.
No, absolutely not. No.
Recommend Late Shift. Quite enjoyed it. Nice little story. I don't believe it left Game Pass ages ago, yeah?
I don't know if it ever was in Game Pass.
It was definitely in Game Pass.
It has
because
left,
that's when I played
yes.
Yeah, it's definitely not in there at the moment, yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, 50% off for $6.24. Pretty good. And really do enjoy the Wales interactive games. Yeah, what about you, Kirby?
I'm kind of torn. I've Dead Cells I would recommend, but it's in Game Pass. I think you should support the developer and get it. It's quite difficult, but it's a really good roguelite. Heart and Slash I've recommended a bunch of times, so I don't want to do that again. So I think, and it's a weird one, I think I'm going with Soul Axiom.
Okay,
now, there's a really good walkthrough on TA. Fantastic walkthrough.
Yep.
Game's half off. Also by Wales Interactive. So I guess they're just doing a Wales Interactive publisher sale. But no, it's a puzzle game. It involves creating... It's been a while since I played it. You're like creating blocks or changing...
Sort of. I mean, yeah, it's a first-person puzzle physics puzzle game with some interesting story stuff. There's some time mechanics. Each of the areas you go to have kind of different little things that you can do.
Yeah, it's really I think it's really enjoyable for what I've done in it.
It's a little rough around the edges, but I think from a idea perspective, it's very interesting.
And for $6, yeah. I think I played it through a friend, so I might have to buy this myself so that I can stop game tag stealing. Because and plus I can force Fug to play it as well. That's the best thing. I can use him as my alt and test games. I don't know if I want to play. Testing out NASCAR Heat this weekend, Fug.
Oh,
Hope you enjoy.
Thrilled about that.
Yeah.
Chasm's also on sale, which is definitely not an achievement game, but if you're into Metroidvanias, highly recommended. And then Plague Tale Innocence, which I've recommended 100 times. Classic game.
And is in Game Pass. That's the only reason I didn't. It's because it's in Game Pass. Still recommend you buy it to support the developer, but there it is. I didn't. Purchases from this, I purchased already Thief of Thieves because I didn't finish it while I was in Game Pass because I just didn't understand it. That's I straight up didn't understand how to play it, and it was near the end of it leaving. I'm like, nah, I can't be bothered figuring it out and getting frustrated with it. I'll just deal with it some other time and buy it and whatever. And probably then Soul Axiom as well. Anything for you, Cameron? I'm not going to bother with El Cheapo.
Excuse me, that's El Chapo. I think you'll find.
I'm probably going to pick up The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker, and I'm probably going to pick up The Complex because I've been eyeing it off for a
Complex
while.
is pretty good.
Okay. Did a very good list of games coming out this week. Massively good. We have, first and foremost, and look, I'm going to start off with a joke, but there are some really good games coming out this week. Talking Tom, Candy Run.
Okay, yep, Talking Tom. Yep, that classic
Talking
character.
Tom being I assume the TomTom, the GPS brand.
The little cat?
Yeah. Or something.
Yep.
What is Talking? Oh, that's the app, isn't it, where you talk and it, does your voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah. She Sees Red, coming out this week, is a visual novel kind of interactive movie.
Oh, okay.
Looks FMV, seems like a reasonable list. We have 5 completions from 6 played with a 2 to 3 hour estimate. So, yeah, looking good. What else? Peaky Blinders Mastermind. Oh, yeah. That comes out Thursday. Battletoads comes out Thursday. That's going to be interesting.
So, I like that list too because Ray has said about the
I
list.
don't like the co-op stuff.
Yeah, except for the co-op stuff. Like,
because it's couch co-op.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Right.
if it was online co-op, I think it would be okay. But
Because it's couch co-op,
Just-
no.
if it's couch co-op, don't bother putting in multiplayer achievements unless they're actually obtainable.
Which is like survive the tunnel for 300 seconds with three-player co-op.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, little things like that. Just the rest of it seem okay. It's the in three-player
It's just
co-op
that.
do this thing. It's like that seems because I don't think they mentioned one for like a play on
Like
the hardest difficulty or anything.
I think there was one play on Battletoads difficulty, but I'm not sure if it was
Finish the
whole
game on Battletoads difficulty.
Okay. Well, that and the 300 seconds. Those are the main two that are.
Yeah.
I still don't want to check it out though, so I don't know.
I might on an alt. Coming up Friday, we have Harvest Moon Mad Dash. Because why not? New Super Lucky's Tale.
So, is this a reskin or a new game?
The Switch version came out. This is the Switch version essentially polished, and I think the Switch version was the original version, but with a bit more stuff.
Right.
Okay.
So I think this is
Like a definitive edition or whatever.
think of it literally as like the Super Lucky's Tale was the original Crash Bandicoot, and this is the new Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Like it's mostly the same, but it's refined.
Right.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack Battle Through Time comes out on Friday.
Ooh.
And PGA Tour 2K21, which, depending on the control scheme and how realistic, I'm actually excited for it. I do really enjoy golf games when they're like the McElroy golf, because it was a little bit more arcadey. Again, you could have it realistic if you want, but it's a little more arcadey in the control scheme, and you weren't punished so much for not doing good. Yeah, that's and the couple next week. Street Power Soccer, Remothered Broken Porcelain.
Oh, okay. Huh.
No,
Yeah, maybe.
no. Yeah, so that's all the new games. Moving on, we have milestones, and we do have some pretty big. Oh, I've definitely forgotten. Isaac, I'm sorry, I forgot your question. I'll add it to next week's show. At least
only I had access to the emails.
no, because I remember seeing it, but I just at the time I was ridiculously tired because I'd come off 12 hours of work or 13 hours of work.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it came in at 11 o'clock on a Saturday, so I saw it and was like, oh, you should definitely get to that, but then forgot about it.
Yeah, sorry, bud. Definitely for next week's show.
Dear.
Anyway, we have milestones for episode 104. We have for achievements 1, Mad Rockatansky. I did not say that properly. 5,000 achievements 1. Yeah, close enough's good enough. That's also how my job works. A lot of you
Remind me
need,
not to get COVID.
you need 10 microliters. Looks pretty close. Like is that 10? Yeah, probably. Put it on the scale. It's 9. I'm like, oh, whoops. Dark Lord Davis has reached 10,000 achievements 1. Thrash Forever has reached 45,000 achievements 1. Crazy man. In Gamerscore, Lord Chapello 13 has reached 450,000. For TA score, Valak C has hit 800,000. For completed games, What the Fug has hit 300 completed games, only to be shown up by his much better looking and better game share partner, ChinDocta, with 700 completed games. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And youthful fingers and reaction speed.
And Radalikas.
He has them too.
Kirby's just-
He has them
he
too.
totally does, yes, this is true.
Yeah.
Completion percentage, we have Valak C hitting 85%, and Professor Pluto hit a pretend 95%, and then changed his over to the real percentage, which is now 92.2.
That's not
So-
as bad of a drop as it could have been.
2.8% drop. That's pretty significant given his collection.
Yes, for sure.
Congratulations on your pretend 95 though. We'll actually give you applaud when you make a real 95.
Now the question is, am I going to get a 95 before him or not?
He's probably
What
got
do you
way
say,
less achievements to get there. Is the thing.
Yeah, probably. I've got 500.
You're closer though, aren't you?
I'm at 94, so I need to get 523 achievements to hit 95.
He probably does too, to be honest. He's at 92.24. He needs 122 to get to 93. So you could estimate 150 maybe for the full percentage.
Yep. So 450.
420, 450-ish to get to 95. Whoa, he actually needs less than you.
Yep.
I find that hilarious. That's really funny. And in the streak section, Valaxy is on a 5,000 achievement win streak, but Planting 42 is on a 22,500 achievement win streak. Madman. Crazy. Ridiculous. I can't do streaks anymore. Can't do it.
No, me neither.
Just can't do it. Alright, that's going to be episode 104, wrapping up. If you would like to contact us, you can send us an email like Isaac does. And look, I definitely forgot.
We'll look at them, but we won't get to them.
No, that was just, it came in at a bad time, and it's just unfortunate. Email us hello@realgamescore.com. Tweet us on the Twitter @RealGamerscore. Join us on the Discord, discord.io/RealGamerscore for a live feed of conversation. Or give us money on Patreon, patreon.com/RealGamerscore. We cannot thank the patrons enough for keeping the lights on and allowing us to run some of the worst contests in the world. Shadow's word challenge. But we're making it better. We're making it better.
I disagree.
Yeah, I don't care what you say. You can write into questions to the show on any of those platforms. And, oh, look here. We will endeavour to answer them in the next episode. We endeavoured, Isaac. We certainly did. It's like Captain Cook all over again. Came in, saw your question, shot it dead, claimed land for our own.
Oh, boy. That's, yeah, no one's going to get that. No one's going to know what the hell you're on about.
That's a very, very niche joke. But it's a 93, much like Microsoft Flight Sim.
Perfect.
There we go. Ha! Also, if you want to be on the show, message Alex, who definitely will have all the time in the world to handle that. He's going to have so much time. He will be awake at all hours to handle any of your questions about how to be on the show. Professor Pluto. Or on Discord, TA. Hit him up.
Everywhere but Twitch.
Professor Pluto 3 on Twitch?
Was it 2, 3? I don't know. I lose count.
Yeah, he has many, many odds. Look, just Professor Pluto on Twitch. Message him there. That guy will be able to help you out. If you want to help out the podcast in non-monetary ways, you can subscribe to us on iTunes or whatever platform you listen on. Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever. Leave a review. The reviews really help out. That's one of the bigger ways to spread us within the platform. One of the biggest ways to spread us outside of platforms is to word of mouth. Tell your friends. Word of mouth, very important. Start every boosting session.
Words with friends. Yep.
With, hey guys, do you listen to podcasts? I listen to one that's called the Real Gamerscore podcast.
I listen to one that occasionally talks about video games. I mean, the other option is essentially just as the session starts, just start blaring it into the microphone.
Yeah,
and they'll be like, "Oh wow, that's really funny," or they'll mute you. Either way,
Start singing Song of the Week. And
yeah, exactly.
When
just
they ask what
recreate
that
the show.
wonderful tune is, tell them that Matt sent you.
Yeah. Seriously, just
depending on what week it is,
play it in the background at a volume slightly below your talking.
Yeah.
And then whenever you're quiet, they'll hear it and they'll just be like, "Oh, this is not. Can you stop that?" And you're like, "No, it's called the Real Gamerscore podcast. Actually, you should listen."
And then just leave the session. Like, actually, you weren't there for the achievement. You just were there to promote the podcast.
Yeah.
Play it in a Halo-free boosting session.
Put it in the session notes.
Yeah.
Like the guy that did what Adam Sandler movie was it? It was Alex that it was.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, some Adam Sandler movie.
50 First Dates.
To the point. No, that's a good movie.
No, it is not.
Click. Happy Gilmore.
Spanglish.
Billy Madison.
Waterboy.
Borophyll. longest yard.
Jack and Jill.
Joel, that was movie is a stretch there, buddy.
Oh, look, we're already doing
Train
paid
wreck.
advertising. We might as well just throw another one in there.
Yeah.
I was thinking today, it would be nice if Arnott's was sponsored me because I want some of those Dare Slice cookies.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
editing that out because if they're not giving us the cookies, I'm not giving them the free advertising.
Yeah.
I want cookies.
Retweet us on Twitter. It's mostly Cameron. I say mostly. It's
It is
literally
Cameron.
just Cameron. I don't know why we said mostly. It's basically Cameron, and he's doing a good job. He had a gif of...
You say that, but then Alex will just chime in whenever he feels like and steal a code off me.
Yeah. Look, that's a you problem. That's really, honestly, that's a you problem. I don't care about that. He put a gif of Pusheen and Yankat up today, and it was adorable.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
where is the Dark Souls dodge roll, though? That cat did
Don't
Dark
know.
Souls dodge roll.
It did. It totally did. Like that's the first thing I thought. I was like, wow, it's Ornstein
I have
Smaug
no
all
idea
over
what you're
again.
referencing right now. You're showing me this
Just
after.
so delayed and so
Yeah.
late. But
It's great. It's just like yeah.
You'd get that reference if you were in the Discord. Subscribe to us on YouTube, all that good stuff. Cameron, where can people contact you?
Most platforms under Shadowless Edge, or you can catch me on Facebook under the Xbox Achievement Community. We still somewhat exist.
I was going to say, you still on life support. We have yet to pull the plug.
That baby's been dead for years.
It's just gas escaping. It's not actually
gosh.
alive. It's just...
I actually was in a group the other day with the other admin, and we're just like, so what's it been like 3-4 years?
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's all right.
We're still active, I swear.
These things happen. It's fine. Matt, what about yourself?
You can find me on Neomaster on everything. True Achievements, Discord, my new house that I'm sure people are sick of me talking about. If you guys know how to fix a Fisher and Paykel disc drawer, dishwasher
Okay,
drawer.
okay.
Gee, I'm just too many D's.
See, you're making it sound like a baby's toy.
I'm just chiming in here for 2 seconds because we were discussing as homeowners what problems you have, and just like always expect broken
Yeah,
dishwasher.
dishwasher. That's the thing. I moved into the house.
Leading on to that, always expect the exact same brand of broken dishwasher.
Yeah. So the place comes with 2 dish drawers. Top one worked fine when we tested it when we did the inspection. We didn't test the bottom part because we were like, well, it's the same thing, right? Nope.
It's just storage.
It's fine. Yeah, so I ran it the first time, and the motor's done, so I'm gonna have to get that replaced. And also the front door doesn't open. So
Wait. No, you have to rewind a little bit. At all?
So there is an electronic lock on the front door.
Okay.
The keypad is busted.
Uh-huh.
And when the real estate agent showed it to us, he showed it to us with the door open.
Ah.
And so you can open it from the inside, but he kept it open.
Yes.
So and you can move the handle down on the outside, but it doesn't actually do anything. But the only way to find that out is to be outside of the house, close the door, and then try to reopen it.
Yeah.
Which we didn't quite think to go through all of those steps when we looked at the house.
You're not going to think about that as
No,
the first
we
time
figured
owner
you could open
during
it from
a-
one side. You should be able to open it from both. So we're going to have to get that replaced.
Rookie mistake.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's-
First homeowner. I was a classic
It's honestly
blunder.
a fool me once.
The guy showing you the house was like, they didn't even try the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
This is the first people who have not tried the door.
Well, that was the thing. Is he said to us, he was like, "Oh yeah, no, they don't use the lock because it doesn't really work." And we're like, "Oh okay, well it has a deadbolt on it, like we don't need an extra lock for it." But what he actually meant was, "Oh no, they don't use the door at all because it's unusable."
Yes.
So so that's going to be like $500 to replace. So anyway, so just money coming out of my pockets right now. But that's I'm a homeowner.
Home ownership,
Exactly.
mate.
No, I love it.
Home
I'm in
ownership.
the same place because I have I'm slightly fancier than you. I have
As you do, yeah.
and this is because the house is like 10 years old, so it just needs swapping out. The thumbprint sensor I have for my front door lock just does not read anymore.
Oh, perfect.
Worked for a good 9.5 years. Now it's just died.
Perfect.
So now we either go through the garage door that we open with
Yep,
the
that's
buzzer.
exactly what I've been doing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I really need to get that replaced. Tomorrow though, maybe.
Yeah, that's future Shin's problem.
Yeah. Really good at the time. It was a great idea. But because what were you going to do? You're never going to lose your keys. What, someone's going to chop off your thumb?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Look, that's a job that you'd do if you didn't have a job during COVID now, that everybody else seems to be doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I've got all the time in the world now to do my odd jobs around the house. Let's go shopping.
Yeah, exactly. Well, unfortunately, everything's in lockdown, so I can't leave the house. Anyway, Neomaster on everything. I'll be spending a lot of time on the Xbox, so come keep me company.
All right. And I can be found on all the major platforms: Twitter, Twitch, True Achievements, Discord, Xbox Live, all under the
Grindr.
Yeah, I'm back on the grinder. Yeah, keep my options available. Some of us work too much and are now looking once more. But yeah, ChinDocta, ChinDocta. Grinder is with 2 E's.
Don't get better on top.
But yeah, no, there's great. Hit me up. We'll have I'm not allowed to say good fun times anymore.
No, because contractually we can't say that there will be good or fun or times. But there might be those, but we cannot guarantee any of those.
We can certainly discuss the potential for good fun times.
It definitely won't be fun for you anymore.
No, it depends. Which one of us is the power move.
Okay, we're done. Cool. Thanks, guys. Catch you next week.